Have you ever seen one of those movies where the premise is so interesting that you can talk about it for hours, but then you forget what movie you actually just saw? Well, Limitless is one of those movies. Hey everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and today we are discussing Limitless. Now our protagonist is Eddie, played by Bradley Cooper, and he's just kind of like this washed up loser, long hair, bad clothes, super dirty apartment. He's just given up on life. And when he takes him, he is able to use 100% of his brain rather than 10% of his brain. Therefore, he is able to remember every single thing in his life. Everything he's seen, touched, smelt, tasted, everything. Every single person he has ever walked on the street and saw, he remembers absolutely everything. Now this is where the cool premise comes in. And I start thinking, okay, if I had these pills and I am able to remember my entire life and I'm also able to learn anything because the information will be stored in my brain and I can see super clearly and I can just, my brain is just going like crazy, what would I do? However, the story does go on and he runs out of pills and he has to get more, but then he has to borrow some money from loan sharks and yada yada yada. It's pretty boring. This is a pretty boring movie. And I'm thinking when he's talking about like, I'm out of pills, like I need to go grab this thing, but then this person has to go to this thing, I'm thinking, why can't you just have the pills and then we can just watch you just do cool things? Like the scenes when he first gets the pills, right? And he's walking up the stairs and then like it kind of hits him and he's having an argument with some girl, but then he turns the argument into flirtatious and then he's sleeping with her 30 seconds later. I'm like that is so interesting. When he cleans his room and then he decides to like learn like everything, that stuff is super entertaining. However, the movie does not go with the approach of just having Bradley Cooper just turn his life around. You do need to have some drama. But again, the premise is just so cool that you don't care about the rest of the movie. And I don't even remember any of the characters' names, right? I can't. It's like, you want to see one part of it. It shines so brightly that it just casts like this giant shadow over the rest of the movie. And unfortunately, I think that's a bad thing. So while the movie is forgettable, I'll have to give it a 2 out of 5. However, if you watch just those scenes or you talk about it with someone, you can get into some pretty deep conversations. So for me, for example, I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm able to learn anything, I think what I'd do, I'd just stay in my room for like a day or two and then learn everything. Read every single book I own. I would, try to learn some new languages, learn like every instrument I could. I play guitar and I play a bit of piano, but like learn like every song, maybe learn how to sing. Maybe you can get all the information of how to become a good singer and then you could just be a really good singer. Yeah, I don't know, just like you just explore and you do so many new things. Like read a bunch of books about how to make money and how to do certain things and just take in as much information as you can. That's what I would do. So what would you guys do if you could remember absolutely everything? Would you learn a new language? Would you go travel? Would you try to talk to someone you're a bit too nervous to talk to? Or whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're new and want to see more, definitely hit like and subscribe. And I know this is a very short review because, to be honest, that's really all I have to say about it. The one section of the movie where they're talking about NZT pills and you see Bradley Cooper take them and then his whole life, changes, that stuff is very entertaining. However, the movie is just bland, forgettable, and you just don't really care. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and take care.